Good morning, you guys. This is weird. I feel like circa 2019, and maybe even 18, when all I would do is have a camera in my hand. Wyatt and I were not even married yet. And here we are. Minion number 1 and number 2 is in there, and that's what we're gonna chat about today. As you guys saw, I was getting my coffee around and my greens, and we are going to talk a little bit today about what has happened in the past 3 years. Grabbing my drinks, and I'm gonna show you guys where we're gonna film today. You have been with me since probably I was filming in a bedroom, and guess what? I am still filming in a bedroom. Frick yeah. Here's my little makeup studio. We're gonna be in this makeshift setup for now, but you know what? You gotta start somewhere. Before we do that, let's go take these off, prep my under eyes, and pick out an outfit. Going for comfort before I hit the gym later. That's what we're gonna get ready for. So let's put this on. Put in a little bit of my favorite dry shampoo, Amika dry shampoo, Buff Bunny makeover pullover, and Buff Bunny Jewel Heather jogger. Obsessed. Could you imagine if I came on here with like a completely different husband, boyfriend, anything, and just been like, hey guys, it's been 3 years. Here's my new life. But honestly, it has been the craziest 3 years, and I've not been on YouTube, and this year, it is my goal to come back. I wouldn't even say it's a goal. I am coming back, and there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I kind of look like a fairy. All right, let's dive in. 10 things that have happened to me in the past 3 years. You guys need to know who I am now. A lot of you have hung out with me and continued to follow me and see what I've been doing the past 3 years, but some of you, I might be coming up in your timeline for the first time and you're like, I didn't even know I was subscribed to this person. Do I even care about this person anymore? And you might not. First, start 2020. December of 2019, Wyatt and I decided to move back from Florida. And by back, I mean back to Columbus, Ohio. That's where he was from, relatively. And that's where I knew that we wanted to be in order to just like connect with people that I knew in the fitness industry and more, right? Sounds really great. Until we find out that there was some family things that have changed and we need to find a house. So we bought our first home within 2 weeks. We had to go, and hurry up and find our first house. However, in between then, we were living in a rental. All of a sudden, March comes. We move in on February 28th. March comes, Wyatt leaves for a business event. I take a pregnancy test. It's March 10th. I find out I'm pregnant with my first son. This was a huge shift for me because as you guys know, I am in the fitness industry. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a coach, and this was my first pregnancy where I just didn't know what was gonna happen to my body. I didn't know what was gonna happen to anything. 2 days later, we go into lockdown. You hear of this thing called, I'm not gonna say it, you even said it in your mind, okay? I don't need to tell you what happened. I did not see my family. Obviously, I was pregnant for the first time, considered high risk. Wyatt didn't get to come to any of my appointments, nothing at all. That's kind of number 1 and 2. We move back, and then within 2 months, I'm pregnant. We are also only 6 months married. We're moving very, very fast. So all of a sudden, it's April, and I launched my first podcast. This is called Brunch with Desby. My podcast really took off. People really hopped along with just having something to listen to every week that I think just brought consistency in what felt like a world where we had none at the time. So fast forward, podcast is going good. I'm going to all of my appointments and I'm enjoying it, and I love being pregnant and all of these things. I am due November 6th. All of a sudden, I wake up on September 8th, and it was the day after Labor Day. I just got the baby room done. I'm 8 weeks out, 31 weeks pregnant. I get up the day after Labor Day after making tons of jokes about all the women that probably went into labor on Labor Day and LOL, and I was not feeling my baby move. I should also add, real quick, this is a trigger warning for anyone who has gone through a NICU experience, a traumatic birth, anything at all. If that bothers you to hear about or triggers you in any way, please feel free to skip forward. I'm just sharing my journey. So I'm not feeling my baby at the time, Maddox, move at all. It had been probably almost 12 hours. I was up all night. I was trying to move positions in my bed where typically I would, get him to like kick and whatever, and he was not doing anything. I woke up that morning, nothing. Went to take the trash out, still nothing. Told Wyatt, I think we need to go somewhere, I need to call. I had a doctor's appointment later that day, coincidentally. Lo and behold, let me just tell you like this without going into detail, about 12 hours later, I had my baby, 31 weeks and 4 days. We spent 6 weeks in the NICU, and I developed severe, not only PTSD in a very traumatic way in the NICU, but also postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. It was terrible. We were really stuck in quarantine hardcore. My brother came to live with us and we went on into 2021. So in 2021, a few great things that happened was I got my own flavor collab with Alani Nutrition. I've been with Alani Nutrition as an athlete for 4 years now, and it was my first time that I got to make my own flavor. So I made a Don't Be a Beach cherry coconut pre-workout flavor. It was amazing. I did a photo shoot for it. We launched it in 2022, but we started working on that and I was approached for that in 2021. I started to really live my life again too. I was breastfeeding. However, Maddox and I went on a few trips together, just him and I. I went to HydroJug in Utah for my own collaboration that launched on my birthday. One of my favorite memories was we went to Disney for Mother's Day. We just woke up that morning and booked a cheap flight that we found, and we went to a Disney resort for Mother's Day. So we were really just traveling again. We were getting out of the mindset that we had to stay at home. Maddox was getting old enough where severe illness wasn't as much of a risk, and it just felt really good. Then came August. I came home for a dentist appointment here in Michigan, and I saw a house that had been for sale for such an extended period of time, it was almost fishy. And I told Wyatt, I said, can I please just go look at this house? We weren't planning on moving back to Michigan. That was an end goal, right? But we weren't at that end goal yet, and that's totally fine. Well, went and looked in the house, and let's just say we put an offer in, we gave it up to the universe, and the offer came back accepted. So what did we do? Found out in August that we're moving back to Michigan. Wyatt was gonna quit his job in 2022, and we were going to move back. This is crazy because it was super duper unplanned and we were not ready at all. But it was one of those things where you kind of just grow up as an adult and you really do realize I can do anything I want to whenever I want to. So then we're in September 8th, Maddox's first birthday. I just got done breastfeeding him that night before. 1 year of breastfeeding. 1 year of breastfeeding. What a beautiful journey, right? I get done breastfeeding him and we go to Florida for my father-in-law's birthday. While we're in Florida, again, this is the beginning of September, I noticed that I'm feeling kind of nauseous. Now, my father-in-law kind of drives crazy sometimes, so I gave it to more so, maybe I just have motion sickness for some reason, right? I'm in the back seat and going crazy. Well, the next morning I ended up throwing up too. This doesn't feel right. Well, lo and behold, we get home, we stop at a Kroger, and I run in. I said, you know what, Wyatt, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a pregnancy test just in case. I just wanna rule it out. Mind you, I took a pregnancy test about 1 week earlier and it was negative. But I just wanted to do it again, just one more time. Maddox is bawling his eyes out, hysterically staring at me as a newly 1-year-old. I look down thinking, ha ha ha, this test is gonna be negative. And it was positive. I immediately called Wyatt up and I said, this is positive. Totally such a second baby thing where you're just there's no cute announcing to your husband. You're just freaking out. That started our journey to baby number 2 in under 2. Fast forward, the last big thing that happened in 2021. We had our anatomy scan at 20 weeks, which you guys know is a pretty typical standard time. Long story short, which I will elaborate on a different time, we ended up getting an abnormal anatomy scan. At this point in time, I really didn't know what this meant, and the only thing that they really expressed was definite concern. They ended up referring us to a bigger hospital and a more high-risk doctor. So we found that out on the 19th, I think, of December, and let's just say it was the most somber and crappy Christmas I have ever had. So now moving into 22, right? It's January and we have this follow-up appointment. We get referred to Kalamazoo, Michigan, and basically what ends up happening is it becomes so high risk, they refer us to University of Michigan, which if you guys know U of M, that's a pretty substantial hospital that takes care of a lot of things. At this time, we did kind of receive a diagnosis that it was a CPAM. This stands for cardiopulmonary airway malformation. From there, we ended up having to go to appointments every single week. 20 weeks all the way till I was 38 weeks. We had to drive from 1.5 to 2.5 hours for an appointment and an ultrasound. We also knew that this was going to inevitably turn into needing a surgery either in utero or once baby was born immediately, or up to 6 months plus after the baby is born. This pregnancy ended up not being very fun. I was extremely traumatized. Here I have 2 experiences to be and have a healthy pregnancy, and both times I didn't get that. This was very difficult for me to understand because I am a healthy individual. I take care of myself. I was taking care of myself during pregnancy. I just didn't understand why me. I ended up having to be induced at U of M, and I was induced on May 9th and I had Archie on May 10th. When he came out, he did need 5 minutes of breathing support, so he was on oxygen for 5 minutes, which is okay. We were aware of that because of his CPAP. However, he ended up transitioning very well, and we were able to have his surgery then this past November. Also, sidebar, like Wyatt has to have surgery on his knee now, and he is going to be out for the count for up to 6 months of recovery. It is like kind of nuts over here. I'm so ready to just have 1 year of like health for our family. I did end up having in 2022 another HydroJug collab, which was awesome. The only thing I feel like that really sucked a little bit was the fact that I had to do it when I was 5 weeks postpartum. And I feel like mentally and physically, I just like wasn't there. The timeline kind of sucked, but hopefully we have amazing things coming up in 2022 with HydroJug where it'll be a little better. The last thing that happened in 2022 to lead me to where I'm at now is the decision to come back to YouTube. I miss just sitting here and talking. I love my podcast so much. Why not bring the same energy to a video? I'm not here to make crazy videos. I'm not here to do stunts and pranks and, oh my gosh, I pranked my husband with my kids. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to just continue to be me, have fun, give people a distraction from sometimes a dark world, and just enjoy. So if you are ready to be along for the ride again, welcome. This is not gonna be my normal style video. I love doing get ready with me's and like chatting, educating, enjoying time with you guys, and just sitting down and talking. Did I just get something in my fucking eye? I don't know if I got it, I guess we'll see. This, I felt like, was a very appropriate way to just kick off my YouTube career again, considering most of you guys are probably here going, who the fuck and what the fuck? And I'm here to say, like, honestly same. When I look at myself, I'm like, who the fuck, what the fuck? That is definitely a vibe. While I finish up my makeup, I do have my 6-week challenge open, which I guess that's another thing you guys really didn't get to see, was the fact that I do have an app now. I know I had it for a little bit on YouTube, but we have an all new app now. I've continued to do fitness coaching. I continue to grow my team, diversify my team. We have amazing coaches, dietitians, pre-postnatal certified coaches, myself included, movement coaches, mobility coaches. Like, we're kind of crushing it, I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys are looking for a fitness challenge for the new year, coincidentally, I literally have one going on right now. I'm not gonna lie, that the timing kind of matches up for starting this YouTube journey and being able to pitch the fact that you should join my challenge. Just kidding, that's definitely not what this whole video is about, okay? But I did want to kick off 2023, so Happy New Year, you guys. I'm using my favorite Dior lip gloss. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know nothing changes from there to here, from here to my podcast. I talk about the same stuff, I use the same stuff, I love the same stuff. This is in the color Cherry or Berry? Cherry. So it has like a little bit of a red tint. I think it's really pretty. I definitely look way too good to go to the gym, but 100% it's okay. I'm gonna finish up my setting spray today. Actually, you know what? I wanna use my new setting spray from Youthforia. These are some products I've been testing. This in the Bring Your Own Blush. Mwah, so good. Youthforia actually believes that makeup is an extension of skincare, which I absolutely love and completely agree. So I really like the messaging of this brand. Always have a fan. Again, this video wasn't meant to like break the internet. I just wanted to come on and be able to have a little bit of a slower start with you guys and be able to share a little bit about like what's going on with me, what has gone on with me, and just kind of open up about that. Especially if you're someone who hasn't seen me in a while, or you don't keep up with my podcast or Instagram, which again, I don't care, but I hope that you will want to keep up with me here. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the little bell so that you're notified when a new video from me goes live. Honestly, I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to share the raw bits of life that I feel like are really hard to find sometimes. I'm not surrounded by people that are really like-minded and do what I do. So I'm just kind of in my own little slice of the world here in Michigan, and I want you guys to be here with me. I promise that the goal is to get a better setup, okay? But for now, just give me the grace. Give me a little grace. Give me a little grace. I do also sing a lot, and I know that I can't sing. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Hype me up, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of need affirmation right now because this is a new journey and I'm just kind of nervous to come back. But I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. And if you're here for the first time, even in 3 years, thanks for even watching.